have you ever worked with an individual that has like what people might consider psychotic speech that has nothing to do with the context of what's going on? So you start to think it's internal, right? Well, I thought the same thing before with one individual I worked with, but it turns out that we were able to rule out whether it was attention maintained for reaction or whether it was actually an internal neurological cause for it. We all thought it was for a neurological reason, and it was happening as a psychotic or psychiatric episode that he needed medication. The parents kept saying, I don't want him on meds, I don't want him on medication. I was really glad to hear that. So what we did is we experimentally determined if it was maintained by internal neurological reasons or by attention or some reaction. We had one therapist on one side and one therapist on the other, and say, I'm the client, and he would say things like, I'm the president of the Eastern Seaboard, and just start rambling on things that had nothing to do with the context that might be considered psychiatric in nature. And the person on this side would start to give attention to it and say, oh, no, you're not, Joey, that's silly, don't say that, right? Give him attention. The person on this side, total extinction and ignoring, okay? What we saw was the individual started allocating his responding towards the person that was responding to it with attention, and then not paying attention to the person that was ignoring. Now, that's not enough. That doesn't show a robust functional control. So what we had to do to make sure we were accurate, it wasn't just that he liked that person or that he didn't like that person. In order to rule out, we reversed roles. This person began ignoring, and the person on this side began attending to it. So he would say, I am the governor of New Jersey, and he'd go on, and this person would start to ignore. This person would say, no, you're not the governor, come on, stop saying that, and he would start allocating all his responding to that person. So he clearly changed what was considered psychiatric, neurological, or internally driven behaviors, and we were able to decrease it just by simply doing extinction and reinforcement for appropriate talk. Does that make sense? You can rule it out sometimes like that.